Welcome to this video, and in today's video I'm basically going to be talking about the reasons why I am planning to leave the UK. Now obviously a lot of people have been making videos on this, and I thought that, well, I might as well chime in on it because essentially this was my plan all along from the moment I came into the UK. So firstly, I want to say that UK is not a terrible place. There's some beautiful scenery, as many people have mentioned, and include all the things that all the other people have been saying in general. Anyways, now I want to get to my points as to why I am leaving the UK, or planning to do so within the next 1 to 2 years, or if permitted, sooner. So the first point is that, well, it was always my plan to leave. I've been in the UK for nearly 6 years now. I'm originally from South Africa. I finished high school, just came over, and I've been presented with a lot of opportunities in the UK. I've really built up most of my adult life within the UK, so for that I'm really grateful. But all in all, it was always my plan to leave. The second point is I have nothing holding me back. So meaning I don't really have connections here. I don't really have that many friends here, maybe a few here and there, but a lot of the people I know and that I really connect with are all online within the business that I do and the environment that I've surrounded myself with other conscious entrepreneurs as such. But I have nothing holding me back. My family here as well. I've got a few bits of family, so it's not like I can't see them, at the same time, like I said, friends, not really a problem. I really feel like, even though I've been here for 6 years, I still kind of feel like I'm a nomad here, It doesn't really feel like I've really connected. Although I've gotten used to a lot of the things and how the system works, I haven't really connected to this place on a deeper level, a more profound level, which is fine and it's fair enough, it's part of the process. So that's another reason why I'm able to, well, essentially I want to go where I want to go. My wife's from the Philippines. Ethnically, I'm very mixed, so I don't really feel tied down to a particular set of people. I know that a lot of English people say that one thing they do miss is like the culture and the banter and the communication of people in this country. But for me, as someone that is ethnically mixed, it's like I don't really feel like I fit in particularly to any one group, whether it's Afrikaans people back in South Africa or Portuguese people that consist of even ethnically that I'm, these many races. It doesn't feel like I particularly resonate with those people. Maybe to some degree, yes, because I'm a very open person, but at the same time, it's not holding me back to leave the UK. The third point is pretty obvious, is that because of who I am and my blood and my DNA and all of these things that come into play, and also how I prefer, is that I prefer warmer weather. The UK is definitely nice in the summer. It's very lively. There's a lot of greenery, especially where I live here in Essex, so I can't really complain about that. But at the same time, I think I prefer much more consistent warmer weather. Now originally I'm from South Africa. We do get cold winters, we do, but I mean summer is really enjoyable. And also I want to be somewhere near the sea. Now the UK does have beautiful beaches down in Cornwall and these kinds of places, but at the same time, living there would be kind of like very expensive. And again, the people, I want to connect with different types of people as well. Not that there's anything wrong with people down in Cornwall and people in London, nothing wrong with them, nothing at all. These are just my preferences. And then also the another point for me, and basically my fourth point, is that I am someone that I do believe, as when you open your heart to opportunity and possibility, that things do come to be. So for example, my wife is from the Philippines. We work really hard in the UK and stuff, and we do our bit. We're not here for handouts and X, Y, and Z, but the opportunity we open ourselves to, that we both innately know that we're gonna be moving, that we're gonna want to raise our child somewhere, because in the next 1 to 2 years I do want to be having children. So I'm also thinking about that. I'm thinking about quality of life. I'm thinking about safety. I'm considering these things that you would as a normal person, but I'm also considering adventure, because that is what my soul wants to do, right? That's what our souls want to do. And with my heart being so open and open to opportunity has arisen for us in the Philippines as well. So we might have a base in the Philippines, maybe perhaps a few businesses as it were, as well as me building my online business. So it's kind of expanding yourself and having these options. Now, of course, if you're gonna move anywhere, you need to have obviously an income, right? You need to be earning some type of money. So if you're not, ideally learn some digital skills. I was for some time now, I'm freelancing as a digital marketer, so I earn a little bit of income there, and I do a few other bits within the family business. But ultimately, I want to build my own business as well, and I want to have different types of businesses that's also kind of running in the background kind of can autonomously run. So, for example, in the Philippines, we've gotten various opportunities from buying property to buying a vehicle that gets rented out as a Grab vehicle as well. So there's kind of these opportunities, and when you open yourself up to wherever that may be, the opportunity does arise. Like, for example, we got our property at a really good price with some really great people. So it was because we said, like, innately we don't know how it's going to work or when the opportunity or what it will look like, but when it arose, we just took the risk. And it's not like we have bags of cash lying around everywhere to do these things, but it was very viable, and we can still kind of live our normal lives. Now, at the same time, that's also what I want to mention, is that have a setup for yourself when you're going to make this move. If you don't want to, you don't want to, no problem. But if you do want to have a different quality of life, perhaps experience a different culture, and that's what you feel drawn to, like myself, then it's definitely a viable option. So have something in play. Either it's going to be starting business there if you spot an opportunity, and even if you say, like, in the next 5 years I want to plan to live in this place, and I'm going to save X amount of money and start this business because there's this gap in the market, and you want to take that chance, then of course follow that, but definitely be very cautious about it. And I'm always someone that I never used to take risk in my life up until I got much older, and I realized that when I do take specific risks and calculated risks, that things always work out really well. And again, I'm not sitting here with bags of money to say, like, yes, just do X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm also just figuring it out, so I'm just sharing my own experience. But yeah, that's essentially why I want to leave, why I'm planning to leave the UK. Again, you got to look at it from a point of view of what is your goal. So, like, what do you want to do? Me, I want a life of perhaps more freedom, perhaps living nearer to the beach, warmer climate, somewhere to raise my children that's specifically nice or whatever. And there's a few places that I'm considering. So, for example, number one is where my wife's from, is from the Philippines. That would be a good base. But ultimately, I also want to explore different places like Vietnam and Malaysia that I've been looking into, specifically Kuala Lumpur. It's called KL between these people, and I've been looking into it, so it looks very viable as such. And a few places in Vietnam, Da Nang, and a few other places I can't recall the name off the top of my head, but Southeast Asia as a whole, there's possibility there, and I'm just opening myself up to experience. But if we have a base in the Philippines, I'm more than fine with that. Having my online business, having actual businesses that's automatically like generating an income for me, that doesn't involve much like input from myself, but it requires capital that we can work with. So you got these possibilities and routes that you can take, and there's something you should consider. Now let me get more into also why other people have said that they're leaving the UK. So they talk about the economy, obviously, as it were, but I'm someone that definitely believes that whatever your internal state is, so will your external state be as well. So I'm a big believer of that, and I see it prevalent in my own life. That's just based on experience. It's not advice, it's not insight, it's not anything. Just take it as it is, my experience, that's it. It's just an opinion. But I see that definitely your internal state does affect your outer reality. So for some people I know, they say the economy, the safety, perhaps the level of illegal immigration that takes place, and all of these kinds of things that some people are not happy about. And honestly, like, my point of view is that if you are dissatisfied with what is going on, and you see the trajectory is not going where you necessarily see it as viable to go to, then have a plan and see where it takes you. Now, there's this kind of, it's funny that people say that leave the UK for a better life because other people are more positive in other countries, but those same people saying that thing is people being negative about their own country. Now, I'm not even British at all. I'm not English at all. But I don't have that outlook. I don't have this negative outlook. It's funny that the people say that you should leave the negativity or saying negative things. But I guess also, I'm not saying anything to them. There's no judging. But also, they are just expressing their opinion and their truth. So at the end of the day, there is validity in that. I'm not saying that they, per se, being super negative, but we got to help uplift each other. So how I'm going to uplift you is to give you the possibility that it is possible, that you can do it. You don't need to be a multi-millionaire to immigrate to a different country. You don't need all these things set up. You can do it, and you can do it really well. All it requires from you is to just open your heart and allow yourself, just allow yourself to think of the possibility. Open your heart to it. And it's not about woo-woo stuff. It's just about opening your heart to the possibility. Don't worry about how, when, just open, take that first step. The first step is just saying, you know what, I see this as a possibility for my life, for my family, and it's something I want to do. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go now and try to work out and calculate and plan and worry and stress and say, oh, everything is collapsing and the West is falling. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. That's the norm of history, is that places, civilizations will have their high periods, and then it will tumble and crumble, and other places will rise and other places will fall. So it's the balance of things at the end of the day. So don't worry about, having everything figured out. Just open yourself up to the possibility to make it happen. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, of course, please subscribe and comment, because I would like other people to get this message. And even if you don't share this video, create your own video perhaps and share your reasons why. And really, we can start uplifting people and start kind of elevating that energy to see possibility, to see potential and change, and we can really be the change that we want to see in the world ultimately at the end of the day. Anyways, peace out and much love. Take care.